this is the crack. Before COVID, I was invited to Sydney, Australia to exhibit some of my music photography work. The Australian Centre for Photography, which is curated by Dr. Allison Holland, had suggested that I become one of their exhibiting artists in a program that they do every year called In Dialogue, where they take an Australian photographer and an international photographer and ask the two of them to kind of open up a conversation and develop a show together. So myself and Maclay Heriot, who's this amazing Australian music photographer, we're developing a show featuring some of our best work. Then COVID happened and our lovely exhibition that was supposed to open on the May 1st never even got announced. But they didn't quit, which is amazing. They're the only project. I had loads of projects kind of in the fire that I was going to work on in 2020. Loads of different things, loads of exhibitions and loads of wee projects and loads of collaborations, and they all just went. They all had to go. They were all forced out, except for this one. So with the drive and passion and determination of Ali and Maclay, we got together throughout COVID over Zoom. And remember that there's a massive time difference between Dublin and Sydney. So I was meeting them at like 1 a.m. all bleary-eyed and was like, what are we doing here? But together we soldiered on and we changed the whole idea. And we created the new version of Sense the Music. And instead of my original idea of having the artist featuring, like the musician featuring heavily in this exhibition, which is quite the norm for music photography, I said I want to feature the crowd, because let's look at what we're missing here. We're missing gigs. And I know personally I'm missing gigs, and I'm not missing looking up at this famous person. Maybe it's because I'm so long in the industry, but that's no longer what I want. I'm not at a gig to idolize a famous person. You know, I'm still getting that little fix from them as they're performing, doing their own little Zoom sessions. But what I am missing is the crowd and the buzz and the atmosphere and just the noise of everybody and the sweat. I'm missing being in a crowd of a few thousand people and, you know, joining the live chorus, singing back to the musician. And that's what I want. That's what I wanted to capture. And Maclay as well, he's missing his mates in music. He's missing, like, he was going to start a whole new project specifically for this exhibition, and he had all his shoots lined up and they all went. So he's had to like tailor his work differently as well. Anyway, long story short, I now have an exhibition in Sydney, Australia. Yay! Which was totally planned remotely, and they're after installing it this week, and it's up, it's on the walls. It's in Darlinghurst in an amazing gallery that I've only seen on the internet. Very hard trying to visualize where my photographs are going to go and do like a map of the wall, because I'm a very tactile person. I love printing stuff out and then hammering it on the wall. But they did all that for me. And I think it looks amazing. I think they've just really done such a great job. So I am now an internationally exhibited artist in bloody Australia. Obviously I'm gutted that I can't be there. Totally gutted that I can't be there, but I'm so glad that it's gone ahead anyway. So if you happen to be watching this in Sydney, or you know people in Sydney, please share this with them. And if you're going to the exhibition, will you please tag me so I can see some of the work. I'd love to know your feedback, real life feedback, to see how it's looking. And there'll be it's on now, and it'll be on for a little while, so you have plenty of time to get down there. But it's a very strange thing that we've done, but I think it's very suited to the strange world that we're living in. Massive thank you to the Australian Centre for Photography for inviting me to do this in the first place, and massive thanks to Ali and Maclay for tireless efforts, and like even just coping with my rambling messages at 1 a.m. You guys are just heroes. You can see it all on the digital version as well. If you like me, you're not in Australia, there's a digital version which I'll post the link to. And if you are in Australia, please go to my exhibition that I will never ever get to see. Right, thanks guys.